Phew. You had a good weekend?
Yeah, it was cool. Mhm. That's
I'm so tired.
yeah.
I
Night
honestly,
was good, yo.
what's up, man? I honestly just wish next week would just come already. This is like the slowest October ever.
Right.
What's up, everybody in the chat? First time we're talking about you too. I'm actually kind of excited.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah, man. Alternative rock, shit.
Yes, a good album, very good album.
An album that we both like, and it's rock. Oh,
Yeah, we
wow.
both like, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
This might be one of my top three favorite YouTube albums too, honestly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Lemon. Do-do-do-do-do. He's gonna make you cry. Oh, fucking Edge. Oh no, man. Shit.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, Sam. War, Unforgettable Fire. That's my shit too. You know what I'm saying? Sunday Bloody Sunday is one of my favorite YouTube songs from that period.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Nas week.
Oh God, I'm dreading that. I really am.
I'll probably do the top 10 maybe Friday, maybe.
Okay.
I gotta see what my schedule looks like. These motherfuckers mad that I'm icy. I think I'm Big Meech. Larry Hoover. I'm watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Classic.
Oh yeah, you watching that? Yeah, the original version.
So far the concert is still happening in Augusta.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But honestly, I wouldn't mind if it was just Cameron and Jadakiss on some real shit.
No mace for you.
You said what?
No mace for you.
I mean, because Mason Puffy's little stupid ass shit is causing the whole fucking concert to be canceled and
Dang
shit.
man. Well, that's Diddy's fault. He. You know what I'm saying? You know he's a crooked ass businessman. That ain't no mace.
And let's not forget, people have been saying some shit like Mason paying motherfuckers either.
Like, man, Puffy got a history of this shit. Not mace.
Swing down the cherry stop and let me ride. And I'm not even the biggest Dipset fan. They actually growing on me, honestly.
Are they?
Yeah, because like I said, I never disliked them, but I just never really grew up like listening to them. Like I listen to a lot of Cameron shit. Don't get me wrong, but I like Jim Jones's recent shit over his old shit. Honestly, Joel's his first album's not that bad, you know. See, at least I'm honest and shit, you know. Not like these fucking faking motherfuckers. By the way, you know that YouTuber that we were talking about? I don't want to really reveal his name and shit, but who keeps doing the fucking pop reviews and shit.
The what?
That fucking YouTuber, man. The reviewer and shit like that. He keeps doing the same shit over and over again, man.
I don't know what that is.
I
I don't
text,
watch too many of them unless I gotta like really fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of them I don't care for.
yeah, you mentioned this one to me because we were making fun of this motherfucker heavily and shit.
Oh, the one I was on here last week, that idiot.
Well,
Was it him?
that one too. That one too. Yeah, that
There's
one
another
too.
one.
Yeah, I'll text you. Hold on.
Oh Lord, there's too many of them. They need they channels blocked. Oh God, what he do now?
Man, he just doing the same shit. He's reviewing the same album like 3 different ways and shit. Like,
You
okay,
guys
nigga, we
stop that.
get it.
I see. I try to mentor motherfuckers, and they don't want to learn the way. So you on your own. Don't hit me up talking about you want me on your show, and I got better things to do. I'm busy. Niggas, man, niggas. You know what I'm saying? Try to teach them something, and they want to do it on their own, but they still want your help. So you can't be both ways.
Exactly.
If you want my help, and I'm telling you how to do it, and then you still ignore me, I'm done with you. I got too many other things that I'm doing to worry about. You know, you need my help and shit, and then you don't want to listen to what I'm telling you.
Right. Talk your shit.
You know,
Everybody's talking about 5 more minutes. Leatherface over Michael Myers. I don't care for either one of them, honestly.
give me Michael. Halloween made better movies than Texas Chainsaw.
You said what?
I said Halloween has better movies than Texas Chainsaw. But not that last Halloween. That shit was trash. That shit was god
You
awful.
mean Halloween Ends?
Yes.
Everyone
You had the
says
right title. Halloween ends. Don't make no more after this one.
everyone said that one's trash. Damn.
It's bad. It is bad.
Whew.
Yeah, y'all gonna laugh at this shit. I'm sending this shit to the group chat. Y'all gonna laugh when you see this shit.
You said what?
I'm sending this question to the group chat. You gonna laugh when you see this.
All right, let me just heat up the shit.
Where's BJ at? I ain't hear from him the whole day.
Probably busy or working.
He's busy trashing Gangstar.
That's still a surprise to me. Like, damn.
Right. You liked how Mike said he liked Halloween Ends. You did? I didn't like it. That shit was like a love story with Allison and Corey. I did not like that story. That should have been for a separate film.
Sam said Eric is trash and Busta Rhymes and Pete Rock.
Yes. Why are you doing that?
I guess because the whole Jamaica origin shit.
Oh, the hip hop and shit.
Yeah. I'm gonna use the bathroom there.
All right. I'm sure Eric had a reason why he was saying that. Mike, you see the question? That shit is hilarious. Crazy, man. The things they come up with on social media is crazy. I'm like, yo, let me send this shit to the chat because this is hilarious. What I'm reading here. Like, who you supposed to say? Like, Harriet Tubman? You know what I'm saying?
Try you a wild motherfucker for that.
Somebody said Marilyn Monroe. That hoe? Marilyn Monroe?
Y'all wow. I said Cicely Tyson in her prime and shit.
I don't want none of them. Just them putting the word ancient in that question. They're like, no, I'm good.
The fuck were they fucking thinking like Moses and some shit?
Somebody said Martin Luther King.
What?
Yo. Bro, a woman said Martin Luther King. That's crazy.
Oh shit.
They ain't got nothing else to do, right? Because stupid posts I'm seeing, dude. Kanye West sucks. No, I didn't watch the Kanye West interview. I didn't watch the last one.
At this point, Drink Champs is just trying to hype this nigga up.
Yeah, you know what he's doing because he's getting the most views. He put up, I think he put up a post about he got more views than football.
The fact
That's why he brought Kanye West back.
The fact that nigga said what he said about fucking George Floyd and shit just speaks
Right.
volumes about his character. I'm so done with that nigga.
I love Kanye as an artist, but what he do in his personal life is his business. I could care less what he had to say. I didn't watch the last Drink Champs he was on. I'm definitely not watching this one.
Niggas, I swear to God.
No, he's not dumb. He knows exactly what he's doing.
You So what?
He knows exactly what he's doing. That's why he brought him back. He didn't have nobody else back. That was like the only guest he had on there twice, right?
George Washington called. Okay, I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Okay.
All right. Thank God this is a short app. I'm tired. What's up, motherfucking YouTube? How's everyone doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my boy Try with me.
What up?
Today's album we're gonna talk about U2 with Zooropa. This is the eighth studio album. This was released on Island Records and stuff like that. Singles album was known for Numb, Lemon, and Stay Far Away So Close. It was produced by Flood, who was also known as Mark Ellis and stuff like that too. Brian Eno, y'all should know him when we talked about the David Bowie Low album and The Edge. All right, U2, man. Fucking U2. Bono, what's his name? On The Edge, Adam Clayton, and Larry Mullen Jr. A lot of people kind of consider them one of the biggest rock groups of all time. Excuse me. They stayed together, the same members stayed together all these fucking years. And you can't say that about like a lot of fucking groups and stuff like that too. But you know how we fucking do. Since the first time we're talking about U2, how did you get into them, Try?
I've always known about U2 and when MTV raised me. When you're raised on MTV or BET, back then, you
BET?
saw a lot of, huh?
You said BET?
Yeah, well, I'm saying like when you're raised on BET and MTV back in the day, like you saw a lot of programming before the internet, before streaming. Like we didn't have a choice where we could just click and watch our favorite programming back then. So we had to like sit through some shows and stuff. And I've always known about U2 and they hits early on when they came out with the Joshua Tree and With or Without You and I Still Having Fun When I'm Looking For big hits from them. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't a fan of them though. Like I knew they records. And when the Batman Forever soundtrack came out like 95 and they came out with the Hold Me, Throw Me Drink, Kiss Me Drink. I actually like that song, you know what I'm saying? And that was a good soundtrack, from that movie. And but I wasn't a fan of them like that. Like Bono was everywhere. He was doing different charity events and festivals and part of the We Are the World thing for Ethiopia back then. And they've always been out there. Like they've always been like a big group for this country and giving back to their country and communities and stuff. And they had big records. I remember they came here. They came in New York like I want to say like the early 2000s. They did like a surprise concert on like a flatbed truck, like running through Times Square. And they didn't tell nobody about it. This wasn't on the internet, nothing. Like they just came through the city on a flatbed truck and they started performing like different hits that they had and had the whole city in a frenzy. And people was the crowd was like running up to the truck and all that. I remember that. But I liked some of these songs here and there, but I was never like a fan like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I never ran out and bought any of their albums. And I remember when Zooropa, when they won the Zooropa tour, back then MTV, depending on the artist, whether it was U2 or Janet Jackson, Madonna, even NWA, like they would like go whatever tour that was going on at that time. MTV had cameras there, so they would give you like a live looking on their tour, and that was like something that was exclusive to just them. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when this whole Zooropa tour was going on, and they were at some city, and they were like going on the tour and show like live footage of them performing different songs or whatever from the album, or just one of their hits. And it was dope. It was dope to see it like live at that time, and I remember they had like a whole bunch of like big TV screens as part of the stage setup and everything, and the whole promotional thing for this album was huge, and it was just like a different concept for a rock group at that time, and that nobody else was doing. And I know Bono was very political and very like socially conscious about a lot of different things for this country, and they kind of incorporated that within Zooropa with the album, and that was a huge thing. I remember watching it. That was a huge event. Was watching them on tour, and I remember when the album came out, but it's like still like even back then, like I wasn't a huge fan of them, but I remember seeing like the videos and stuff on MTV, and they done a lot. They done a lot for music, and for the outside of music, the stuff they've done for different charity work, and they're definitely Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying? And I could respect that because they've been here for a long ass time, and still doing it. So that's really like my introduction to them.
That's a dope story and shit. To me, I listened to them because this is gonna be a very crazy story, but
Mhm.
Mary J. Blige's cover of "One" was what got me into YouTube.
That's right. They
Breakthrough
was on
album.
that song, Bono.
Yeah, the
What
Breakthrough.
song was that from again? That wasn't on Mary's album.
That was on the Breakthrough. Yeah,
Breakthrough?
the,
Okay. I do
yeah.
remember that song. Yeah.
She had them featured on that song too. So
Right.
I don't know what it was about that song, because at that time I didn't know it was a cover, and I didn't know who you two were. I just
Right.
kind of like thought it was a different song from Mary and stuff like that. I like what she did to that cover.
Right.
She gave it like a more soulful kind of stadium rock kind of feel to it. But then I realized that YouTube did the original version, and that song right there, man, on some
Yeah.
real shit, one of my favorite rock songs ever and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get more of my thoughts on that one when we go over that discography up to Zooropa and shit.
Right.
But you two, to me they can be very polarizing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people that love the group U2, but I know a lot of people that don't like Bono like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because people can.
Because of his music, or because of the political stuff?
I guess the political stuff, and some people just think he's kind of conceited, which I never got that.
I never got that from him.
I never got that. Now, when it comes to like his eccentric, I can understand people saying like that, but at the same time, Barnum's legitimately one of them few cats I can really say he actually speaks his shit, when it comes to
Right.
politics and stuff. Not like this motherfucker Kanye flip flopping every fucking 10 months and shit like that. And
That
y'all
that
call
nigga
him
is conceited. That definitely that nigga is definitely
y'all and y'all,
conceited.
y'all call him like a free thinker or whatever. Nah. And you know me,
It,
politics. You said what?
no, it is what he said about George Floyd. That have nothing to do with being a free thinker. That's just stupid. That's just ignorance.
That's ignorance.
You know what I'm saying? For him to sit up there and actually like try to downplay what happened to George Floyd. Like, you didn't see the video.
Like
You know what
so
I'm
much.
saying? No, that has nothing to do with being a free thinker.
What up, Eric?
Was good, Eric?
Like so much to smack his mouth. But yeah, man. I definitely like you too. I'm more like their early material, but at the same time, each album I can say is very good, has quality material. Each album, I've heard everything up to the 2004 album. I didn't hear the iTunes album that they put on everybody's iTunes and shit, which
Mm.
the album's on my iTunes right now and shit. I still have not heard that shit. So yeah, give me 1 second, right quick. 1 second. Alrighty. So when it comes to U2, let's talk about them up to Zooropa. Alrighty. U2, they were a rock group that was formed in Dublin, Ireland. They consist of members, like I said, Bono, The Edge, Adam Clayton, and Larry Mullen Jr. and stuff like that. They had pretty much, from what I looked up, formed like around 1976. You know what I'm saying? Larry Mullen was trying to like form a band and stuff like that, and 5 people have responded. You know, he was joined by Bono on lead, you know, The Edge on guitar, of course, his older brother Dick Evans and Adam Clayton on bass guitar and shit too. But then, of course, you know, a few members left and stuff like that too, like Dick Evans and Evan McCormick and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. They originally went by the name Feedback and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? But that didn't really last too fucking long and stuff too. So by the end of the decade, they settled on a name U2. And so they dropped their first demo album in 1978, and a lot of people didn't really care for it because they felt like the group was a bit inexperienced and stuff like that too. So they started to do more performances across Ireland and stuff like that. And so they ended up using 3 songs and making their own Ireland-only EP called Three, and that was actually an early success for them and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And that got them noticed by Bill Stewart of Island Records, who saw one of their performances and stuff too. So they signed a 4-year, 4-album contract with Island Records, and they started off when they dropped their first album, Boy, in 1980 and stuff like that. Pretty cool album, you know. You can retell from that album that like they was influenced by groups like Clash and stuff like that, you know, Joy Division, but at the same time, it was like very they were still trying to find themselves and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like it still had like their own kind of sound, that whole post punk sound and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, and then fast forward to excuse me, 1981, they dropped their next album, October, and stuff like that, which again that was a pretty cool record and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? That was known for songs like Gloria, you know, Fire, it was on that record and stuff too. You know, with that album you had like more songs based off like religion and stuff like that too, which would be like a very excuse me, which would be like a very consistent topic when it comes to U2. And then fast forward to 1983, they dropped one of my favorite albums they've ever came out with, War, which to me, this is where they really mastered their own sound and stuff like that too. You know, it was a political album. This album has some of my favorite U2 songs, pure like New Year's Day, Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Like I love that fucking guitar riff on that. Like ding 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 ding. Drowning Man and stuff like that too was pretty good. Yeah, man, they went really in on this record and stuff too. You know, probably one of the most darkest albums to date. And that same year, they also dropped the live album Under a Blood Red Sky, which, believe it or not, I have not heard that live album and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? One day I'm gonna hear it one day, but I've heard very good reviews on it. So pretty much, they pretty much extended their contract, and they extended their contract, and they wanted like an increase in their royalty rate and the return of the copyrights of their songs and stuff like that too. And so they pretty much wanted to like do a more experimental album, which long and behold, we had 1984's The Unforgettable Fire, an album I do have in my collection, which again, that was a very dope record and stuff, you know what I'm saying? This is when they had Brian Eno come in and help out with the production and stuff too. You know, at that time, Brian Eno was working with like Talking Heads, Roxy Music, David Bowie, and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? Has classic songs like In the Name of Love, you know, Wire, 4th of July, Elvis Presley in America, Martin Luther King. I mean, fucking album is just fucking sick in my opinion. Man, so yeah, man, he pretty much was touring and stuff like that too. Yeah, this is when they really got more and more popular and stuff like that. People were calling them like one of the biggest bands of that time too, just based off the live performances, Bono's charisma and everything like that. And so fast forward to 1987, they dropped what many people consider the best album, the Joshua Tree. You know what I'm saying? Which that's an album I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? I like the album. Is it my favorite album from them? I would not say so. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't dislike the album. This actually won Album of the Year in 1988 and stuff like that too, beating out Michael Jackson's Bad Album and Prince's Sign of the Times and stuff too.
Crazy. How did that happen?
Don't get me wrong, Joshua Tree, good album, but I would not put those over Bad, especially Sign of the Times. Come on,
right.
Come on, man. But that's just my personal opinion. I mean, this album has songs like fucking "When the Streets Have No Name," which fire fucking song. I love the video to that too. With or Without You. Honestly, one of the songs I kind of don't really fuck with like that. This might be a surprise. I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Big hit.
You said what?
That's a big hit. Both of those songs you just mentioned, big hits. Yeah. I remember hearing that all the time.
Yeah, it sounds too Christian rock for me. I'm sorry, it sounds a bit too Christian rock to me. I can't stand Christian rock.
Is it just me, or like when they first came out, at least around that time with those songs, did they remind you a little bit of Tears for Fears, or is it just me?
I can kind of see that, you know what I'm saying? I can definitely see what you're coming from.
I feel like they were more edgier than Tears for Fears, though.
Yeah, especially up to Unforgettable Fire and stuff too, in my opinion, because I consider Joshua Tree the album that we know U2 for. That's the album where the band just settled on that one style and just continued on and expanding on it and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Then they just
kept
using it.
Yeah. So they ended up, going on tour, and they did a documentary film called Rattle and Rum. Believe it or not, I like this a bit better than Joshua Tree. That's a shock to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because I know people say, oh, they don't fuck with Rattle and Rum. I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. Angel of Harlem, Desire, fucking the one they did with BB King and shit like that. What's that song called? I think it's called When Love Comes to Town and stuff like that too. Heartland. Come on, like this album to me was one of their best albums ever. Like this is when it's like this. It's like when it comes to U2, what I know is about their fans and stuff like that. When U2 tries to go really on that rock sound, a lot of fans will kind of stand away from that. But at the same time, when U2 wants to be all experimental and shit too,
like with this, they shit on it.
We're gonna get to that. Give me a second on that. But like, I'm thinking more like pop and
even that album,
huh?
Even that album they shit on.
Yeah, I don't understand because pop was pretty good. It wasn't the greatest thing since sliced bread,
right?
But compared to a lot of other rock groups were coming from at that time, cough cough, Aerosmith. I would fuck with this one. You know what I'm saying? Especially for somebody who's been in the game for at least about a good 15 years and still not doing the same thing over and over again, Because it's not like they just stuck with that sound. It's like they added different elements to that sound to make it work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like compare this to Motley Crue when they did the Generation Swine album and stuff like that too, how it was a huge change up, how they were still trying to keep up with the times. And they just changed everything. They got a little bit more grungier and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But the general rock fans, they didn't like. They thought that they were trying to be all fucking sanctimonious and stuff like that with their music. And also, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I feel like U2 did a good job of adapting to the times for every
period.
Because if they didn't. And then you remember we had when grunge was a big thing. If they tried this, I feel like if they tried to sound too rock, they would have gotten thrown in the grunge category, and that's not them. They don't do grunge.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? When the time when you had all these grunge bands coming out, and then we entered the new metal era, and you had all these new metal bands coming out, and they did a good job of adapting their sound for whatever period we was in when it came to music.
And I definitely agree with you on that 100% because when it came to like the 90s, what up, Mark? When it came to the fucking 90s, it was either grunge or you were just alternative and stuff like
Right.
that. Because hair metal died in 91. You know what I'm saying? Hair metal died in 91. Even though you had groups like Def Leppard, they dropped their 1992 album, which I fuck with. Guns N' Roses was still hanging in there with the Use Your Illusion albums, which very dope albums and stuff like that. Once you hear that dan 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 dan, it was over. And then of course you had the fucking alternative rock and stuff like that. You had the Nine Inch Nails, the U2s, you had the Smashing Pumpkins and stuff like that. And of course you had like the metal, you had the metal, you had the fucking Metallicas, you had the Rage Against the Machines and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You had all those kind of groups and stuff too. So that's pretty much what was going on in the night. It was like separated in really like three different camps, right, and stuff like that too. Oh, Lenny Kravitz too. You know, I consider him more alternative. You know what I'm saying? But he's another one like you two. He jumps around with different styles, but he's still him fucking self. You know what I'm saying? Right. And also around this time too, you two almost broke up because they were having like a lot of disagreements with one another. They felt like they didn't really connect with one another and shit like that too. So they were working. So Bono pretty much was working on One and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And that was a song that they were working on together, and that really like brought them more closer with one another too. You know what I'm saying? So that's when 1991 happened. They dropped the fucking Atong Baby album, very dope album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Again, that's another album I do have in my collection. Very. You said what?
You got all of them.
Well, everything from 84 up to 97. I won't say I got all of them yet. Ronnie, I said rock, so Green Day is not included. So yeah, so pretty much Atong Baby was like one of the best. No, let me stop. Yeah, Green Day. I'm sorry, let me stop. Yeah, if you want to consider them alternative and shit, whatever.
No, they punk rock. That's punk rock.
They're not punk. They are not punk.
That
Stop
is punk
that.
rock.
Stop that. Stop that. No.
They've been punk rock since Dookie.
No, they're not punk. Just because you dress punk,
they're not alternative.
Just because you dress punk don't make you punk.
They are not alternative. That's not alternative.
They are almost.
That is a pure punk rock band.
They're not punk. I hate when people call them
punk rock. I don't know what you're hearing when it comes to
early Soundgarden was more punk than Green Day.
That may be, but I consider Green Day a pure punk rock band.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know. I can. Hole. Courtney Love's Hole was more punk rock than Green Day.
Come on, man, stop.
Yes, that. Yes, I went. I fucking went there.
There was not. Hole was not.
Hole's first album was more punk than Green Day, man. What you come on?
Every album from Green Day was punk rock. Every album. Listen to any album.
I want to talk. I don't want to talk about Green Day. I want to talk about you too. Come on.
We talking about you too. I'm just.
Fuck Green Day, man. Fuck Billy Joe Armstrong. Yeah, I fucking said it. Shit. Fuck Dookie. Fuck American Idiot. Fuck that acoustic song. Hope you found the best of your whatever that bullshit. Fuck Green Day, man. They over fucking rated. I'll even prefer fucking Tool over Green Day.
We got to do a episode one day where we talk about overrated rock bands.
We motherfucking right. Yeah. You motherfucking right. We gonna do that shit. You motherfucking right. But yeah, man. Where was I before I got interrupted by Green Day and shit? Atong Baby. Yeah, that was a very dope album like that. That actually got them a Grammy Award for Album of the Year as well too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, YouTube was just getting all the Grammys that time. Shit. It's getting all the fucking Grammys and shit. So yeah, man. Then again, they signed another long-term 6-album deal with Island Records and shit. You know what I'm saying? And this time, they wanted to do something a bit more different. They didn't want to just do the same thing over and over again. They actually created an alternative rock album, not like other rock bands that they call themselves Dookie and shit. But I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that. You know what I'm saying? So they pretty much, reinvented themselves, added a lot of textures with electronic dance music and industrial music. And just when they hooked up again with Brian Eno, they came out with this fucking masterpiece right here, which fans out of all of the U2 albums, this is the album I think fans are back and forth about. You know what I'm saying? There's some U2 fans that love this album. Well, excuse me, let me take that back. They tolerate this album. Other U2 fans, the majority of U2 fans were like, huh? And stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? Because people wanted a tongue baby too and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But they weren't gonna do that fucking shit, you know. They wanted to talk about fucking lemon. They wanted to fucking talk about fucking daddy gonna pay for your crash car and shit like that, you know. They just wanted to fucking do shit. They wanted, how can I put this? They wanted to do their own Sergeant Pepper. Let's just be like that. Let's just be real about that. You know what I'm saying? The same way how the Beatles try to reintroduce themselves to fucking rename themselves, call them Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Band. They wanted to call themselves They wanted to adapt a new kind of style and shit too. You know what I'm saying? I think at this time too, you know, Bono adapted his own a new alter ego called The Fly, which this is when he was wearing like the more leather with this dark shades and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Fucking killing it. Excuse me. One of my favorite eras from him and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? This is the album cover right here. Pretty cool album cover. You know, it looks like a fucking alien and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? From what I looked up, it's like the sketch of the circle of stars from the flag of Europe and stuff like that too. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Definitely have like a lot of shit right here and stuff like that. Wait, I thought you had this album.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I never bought a U2 album.
Oh, fair. Okay, I got you. All right. So yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. U2 and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Can't wait to talk about this record right here. We'll pull up my fucking notes on my phone.
You want to talk about while they were recording the album, they were still on tour?
You said what?
So you want to talk about how when they were recording this album, they were still on tour?
Yeah, because the Zoo TV tour was like a long tour and shit like that, almost 2 years and shit. I forgot to mention that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, they were rushing to record the album while they were still on tour.
Yeah. Eric said, I never heard of U2. Really? Oh, wow. Yeah, man. U2, man, they got some heat, though. They got some fucking heat. You know, unlike other bands that like to make songs about American idiots and call themselves punk and political.
Just say you hate Green Day.
I've said it like 8,000 times on this channel.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you hate.
Yeah, I said it 8,000 times on this channel and shit.
Green Day's a legend. Hall of Famers.
Hall of Famers. Wow.
Hall of Famers.
Man, I wanted to slap Billy Joe Armstrong for what he did, try to induct Guns N' Roses and trying to do some shots at Axl Rose, man. Fuck him.
Oh wow.
Fuck that bitch ass nigga and shit.
And Guns N' Roses in the Hall of Fame, right? So they're
in the Hall of Fame, yeah.
Yes, they all in it.
They deserve it.
Yeah, they do.
You said what?
They do. So do Green Day.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about all that though, but hey. But all right, y'all. While I'm doing this review, to just letting y'all know, I'm kind of washing some dishes and cleaning up around here and shit too. So if you hear like a lot of water running, don't mind me. All right. Track number 1, we got Zooropa. Very, very dope song. Nice way to start off this fucking record and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I love the combination of the synths and the pianos on this fucking record and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, this is a very, very cool record and stuff. It's pretty. It has like a very dope, like 2-minute long intro that kind of gives me like a lot of Pink Floyd vibes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, this definitely, like right from the get go, you can definitely tell you were in for some very tripped out kind of shit with this one and stuff too. So, yeah, man, very, very, very dope song, very futuristic and shit too.
This was a great song to start the album off, and then when the album starts off, you get like a transmitter type of sound, like they're like signaling or channeling like a different station or frequency, and you had like some spacey sounds in it, and the pianos, and it was a nice beat. You had like a quirky melody, you know. Right. It started off at like a regular pace, and then like the pace got faster, around like the 4 minute mark, and then Bono's asking the question like, what do you want? What are you afraid of? And he's singing, Zooropa, a blue kind of white. Zooropa, it could be yours tonight. We're mild and green and squeaky clean. And I think that whole track just set the tone for the rest of the album. Like it had like a really futuristic sound to it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that and shit too. You know what I'm saying? Track number two, Babyface. Ronnie said Limp Biscuit over Green Day.
Oh god,
They're both trash.
y'all really doing that? Y'all really shitting
They
on
both
Green Day right now?
they both trash, honestly. You know?
No, no. Green Day has a better discography than Limp Bizkit.
Like I said, they both trash. All right, Babyface is the next track. And no, this is not a tribute to Kenneth Edmonds, just letting y'all know right now. This was another pretty cool song right here, you know what I'm saying? With this track right here, they're talking about like a lot of sexual desires and stuff like that too. They were talking about, image and how people like to characterize themselves just only by image instead of character, if that makes sense too, you know what I'm saying? Pretty dope record. This could have also been a single. I'm not gonna lie, it could have been a single and shit, but hey.
Yeah, it had a real upbeat tempo and the bass line, the guitars, and supposedly Bono and Edge they used a toy piano on this track to play on this
Yeah.
song. And you got Bono singing, watching your bright blue eyes in the freeze frame. I've seen them so many times. I feel like I must be your best friend. You're looking so fine, dressed up like a lovely day. And he's talking about like like watching celebrities on TV and how people envy to be them and stuff like that. And I thought it was a good track. It definitely it had like a more up tempo beat to it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. It's like one of the few up tempo kind of tracks on this album. I felt like this album was a bit more mid tempo of anything. Does that make sense to me? Shit. Track number three, we got Numb. It's one of the singles off this album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Again, a very dope song. This song was written by The Edge and stuff like that. Yet also Larry Mullen Jr. He also does some background vocals on this song too. Pretty dope song. Talking about social conformity and sensory overload and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? This is also one of the few times you also hear I forgot to mention Edge on vocals as well too. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy too. I remember when WKRP in Cincinnati, they did that reboot back in the 90s. They did a promo with this song and it was like a parody of the fucking music video and stuff like that too. Which I feel like if I find the promo, I will send it to you. It's pretty funny, pretty dope and shit too. So yeah, man, pretty dope track.
This sounded like a Moby song. Like when Moby was making his like EDM techno shit, it had like a Moby sound to it, and you have an Edge don't do lead vocals, like, so the hit half him on like the first single for this album was different, and he had he was singing like a monotone sound, and it was different. I mean, even with that song, it was different. Like you could tell like they were coming with a different sound for this album, and like the beat, the feel of the beat and the bass line and everything, the way he was singing was different, and they took a chance with this drink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, they took a big chance and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Now my favorite single off this album, honestly, Lemon. Dun 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 dun. I'm sorry, that's one of the most dopest synth riffs I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like, and not just from YouTube, but just probably from '90s alternative music and shit. I want to see Green Day come up with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Shit, look, y'all gotta be fucking tripping and shit, But yeah, Lemon, one of my all-time favorite YouTube songs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? This song to me, it's definitely what I like. What I like about certain songs like Outkast, Hey Ya, Van Halen, Jump. It has an upbeat kind of vibe, but at the same time, the lyrics are very sad because he wrote that. Bono wrote this song as a tribute to his mom and
Right.
stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy too because I think like he called it Lemon because he used to always eat lemons with her and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And he pretty much when he lost his mom when he was 14 and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? He used to recall memories of images of like the iris from the lemon and stuff like that too. That makes
Supposedly she had a lemon dress on. She was like a maid of honor in somebody's wedding.
yeah, yeah,
She wore like a
yes,
lemon dress or something like that.
some shit like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Again, the song people might find the song to be a little bit silly and stuff like that too, but this is why you gotta read the lyrics and shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like very, very dope track right here. You know what I'm saying? I love just like I said, the synth riff is very amazing. It gets you grooving and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I fuck with this record. You know, it's one of my favorite YouTube songs. Period.
This is a great track. It's a dance track, and it almost sound when you hear it the first time, it's almost sounding like the Neptunes could have produced it for them. You know
I'm
what I'm
not gonna go
saying?
that far. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
go that far.
I'm serious. The Neptunes done a lot of dance tracks. Thank you. They did a
Uh,
lot of dance tracks. When,
I
when
don't
you
think they
first
can make
when you first
anything
heard
as
it, when you first heard
this. I don't know.
Lemon song, you didn't think to yourself that oh shit, the Pharrell could have produced that for them.
Hell no. Pharrell can make anything as good
It's
as this.
definitely a dance track. It's a dance track. This is
Like I
this is
said, Pharrell solo maybe, but not Neptunes and shit. I don't know.
Neptunes could do dance tracks. They've done it.
They can do dance tracks, but at the same time, it won't be as good as this. That's what I'm saying.
So
I'm just
you
talking
shitting on
mad
Green
shit.
Day tonight. You
I'm
shitting
just
on
talking
Green Day.
mad shit tonight, dog.
You are. You must be in a good mood. When you
Well,
first hear this song, it sounds like the Neptunes could have produced it. They've done dance tracks for a lot of different artists. They
I
just R&B.
honestly, if I want to be kind of real with you, I kind of had a feeling when I first heard a track like this. You know what it reminds me of a little bit. Um, some shit Trent Reznor would have done in early Nine Inch Nails albums and stuff like Pretty Hate Machine and stuff too.
A dance track?
Not a dance track, but the grooves on it was a bit more. How can I put this? Unorthodox. Had an orthodox groove to it. That's the best way to put it.
This is a
Not
dance track.
Neptunes. They're not as unorthodox as people make them out to believe. I'm just saying.
But you can dance to this. This is a dance track.
Yeah, I'm saying you can dance to this, but I don't know if I can dance to a Neptune's track if they did some shit like this.
What-
I'm just,
But they've
I'm
done
being.
it already.
You said
They've
what?
done it. They've done Rock Your Body. That was a dance track with Justin Timberlake.
Y'all just mentioned all the trash artists tonight. First Green Day.
Hey man, rock your body's fire, boy. Stop this Green Day slander, nigga.
Y'all just mentioned all the trash artists today.
A couple of days ago that you was doing a Justin Timberlake album review.
I said possibly
Okay.
because Ash wanted to talk about Justified. I was like, you know what?
So
For
Ash,
Ash,
you didn't bring it up. You want to be doing it?
well, time will reveal. Only time will reveal. I gotta go on my DeBarge shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh my god.
I swear to God, if I hear another artist I don't fucking like, I gotta play my video and shit. I'm gonna get that shit ready right now.
I'm gonna play the goddamn video. I'm gonna charge my damn laptop and I'm gonna play the video because that shit you talking. This dude Sam, man, don't you ever compare no damn Green Day to no fucking Limp Bizkit. What's wrong with you, nigga?
Two different genres.
Like I said, this is probably the only time I'll give Green Day a call. I'd rather listen to Green Day than Limp Bizkit. That's the only time on this fucking channel.
Because you don't like them either. So
that's what I'm saying.
Only Limp Bizkit song I know is "Keep Rolling, 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 Rolling," the Undertaker's theme from WWF. That's the only thing I know from them.
Y'all was sleeping on Limp Bizkit back in the day.
What you mean I was sleeping on Limp Bizkit, nigga? I was walking. I wasn't limping. I was walking straight, nigga. What you talking about? Shit.
Oh man.
Shit. Y'all mentioning Green Day. I'm trying to talk about greatness with you too and shit.
Well, talk about greatness. Green Day greatness too, nigga.
Right.
Ah shit. Next time I hear Green Day or anybody else, I'm gonna play my clip and shit. I already got that shit ready.
Well, play it then, motherfucker. I don't care.
All right, shit. Damn, y'all. If y'all want me to play it so damn much, shit. Y'all want me to play it so fucking much and shit. I just might as well.
I said, well, this was a dance track. I don't know. We got it to everybody else.
Everybody
Yeah,
just start going crazy. He said Neptune, she was saying some bullshit, then he just went to
Right.
another level. He made it rain with them papers like Lil Wayne in this bitch. God damn, Reg.
I'm telling you, that shit never gets old, man. I'm telling you, but hey, okay, but let me be serious though. But you doing good, Eric? You doing good?
Yeah, I'm good. It just got crazy like it was a damn Royal Rumble in here a couple of minutes ago, but I'm straight.
That's what's up, man. Shit. Anyway, so we all said what we had to say about Lemon, right, Troy?
I think it's a great dance track, and it's one of my favorites on the album. And you know, you had like it was like a little trippy, trippy melodies, and then like you said, the synthesizers was great on here, and the pianos. You know, Bono sang great on this. One of my favorites.
All right. You know what? Fuck this. So when we do the collection video, we're gonna talk about Justified. Fuck it. I'm gonna give my honest thoughts.
Don't let me twist your arm. I don't want to twist your arm and force you.
No. You're not forcing me to do shit. I just said, you know what? As far as I've gone on this YouTube shit, I'm not afraid to talk about artists I don't like when it comes to albums and shit. I feel like niggas want to sugarcoat everything and shit. This time I'm gonna be real.
We're about to do a whole week of shitty Nas albums from 2000.
Wait. Not all shitty. Not all shitty though.
Not all trash though.
Stillmatic and Godson, I don't care for it. Except for Distant Relatives. That was underrated, but there's other albums.
I ain't never listened to that one though.
That one is
like I like Hip Hop Is Dead, but I never like got in tune with like the Nas Nigga album from 08. I've been told y'all niggas that.
Wow.
I like the Nigga album too. I wish they didn't just change the title. Cause like, come on now, you don't heard worse titles than that coming from these kids now, but you can't get mad at a dude naming his title the Nigga album. Now stop, nigga. I already know what you was gonna say. Leave Green Day alone, man. Just wash them dishes, sir.
I already washed my dishes and shit.
I did too.
Anyway, track number 5, Stay Far Away So Close. Shit, that's a pretty good song. That's probably what Nia Long's husband said about Nia Long. Let me stop. Let me stop.
He's stupid.
Let me stop. All right. So another version of this track was used for the Wim Wenders movie Far Away So Close. I've never seen that movie. It sounds like some white people shit I'm not interested in. So
that's straight up mayonnaise music right there. You got a title like that.
This was actually inspired by one of the greatest artists and singers of all time, Frank Sinatra, Old Blue Eyes himself and shit. It's kind of
not Justin though, right?
You said what?
You talk about Frank, but not Justin.
I know you did not just put Frank Sinatra and Justin. You know what?
Well, I've never been a fan of Old Blue Eyes, so
what?
That is me. Nope.
Hold on.
Sammy Davis was the real star of the Rat Pack, not Old Blue Eyes.
I love Sammy, but it was all about Frank. And let me say, you've never been a fan of Frank, but y'all worship Timberlake.
You're damn right. I'll play Justin any day with Frank.
Fucking Frank Sinatra.
I didn't say I worship Justin Timberlake. I just didn't get into
Frank Sinatra. He didn't
know Frank Sinatra like that. That was back then.
I don't care.
That was back then when motherfuckers still had color TVs and shit, but they were still looking at black and white color TVs. So I don't know.
Didn't he fuck with that? Didn't he fuck with that whole Marilyn Monroe?
Everybody fuck with Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, okay.
Hell, I ran a train on her, man. Everybody had Marilyn Monroe.
Just checking.
Well, no. I just have to clarify. So at about 1:21 a.m., you said you're not a fan of Old Blue Eyes like that?
Yeah, I've never been a fan of him.
Why?
I know some of his songs, but
why? I just want to know.
You talk about overhyped artists. He's
overhyped.
Over him and Elvis, overhyped.
Okay, I can understand Elvis, but Sinatra, he's the chairman of the board.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Chairman of the Mafia Commission. That's the only chairman he is.
What does that mean?
He's the fucking boss, nigga.
So he the boss of all bosses. He the boss of all the 5 families of New York. That's what you talking about?
Rick
Ross is fat.
Davis Jr. Them niggas ran the Rat Pack, man. Fuck Dean Martin and shit, nigga.
Sammy
Yeah.
Davis Jr. ran the Rat Pack.
I gotta be
The
me.
token black guy in that whole crew.
Shaboing, boing, boing. Shaboing, boing, boing.
This man crazy, man.
But anyway, as I was saying before, I got interrupted by the Frank Sinatra disrespect. There was a B side Frank Sinatra did with Bono called "I Got You Under My Skin," which I believe they did that for the duets album that Frank Sinatra did. I could be wrong and stuff like back in '93. You know, this was a favorite song among I looked up and stuff like that. It tells a story about how a female protagonist and stuff like that. She's like a fucking ghost and stuff like that. You're just following them around and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit too confused about the story about this track. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm just paraphrasing this shit too. You know what I'm saying? This was a pretty cool song. I don't think it's as I don't like it as much as the group. I'm gonna be quite honest with y'all, but that's pretty straight. You know, a great tribute to one of the greatest singers of all time, despite what some people want to say. You know what I'm saying? You know, shit.
Is this the song about the ghosts? The
Yeah,
ghost that sees like a woman getting battered or some shit?
I guess so, bro. I guess.
Yeah, there's a story. There's a story for like all of these songs on this album, but supposedly I think like this is the song about like a ghost that the ghost sees like a woman getting battered by her husband or some shit, some crazy story it's about. But I think this song was nice. You know, Bono had a nice beat. You know, Bono killed it.
I feel you on that. All right. Now, my favorite track off this album, Daddy's Gonna Pay for Your Crash Car. It's a very, very, very dope track right here. You know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like this song is probably like the most experimental off the whole fucking album. First of all, I love the drum work. The drum work on this fucking track and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I love the uses of that snare and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, I forgot to mention this. Zooropa was originally supposed to have been an EP. I forgot to do that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. And so when it comes to this track right here, it's pretty much about heroin addiction and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? Like a commentary on like how people are addicted to heroin and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Which I never would have fucking guessed about it, you know what I'm saying? But you know,
Well, he's saying that it's you can interpret it like that, but it's really about being addicted to anything
true.
that could be a drug to you.
Yeah, that's true. I just looked up because you know, daddy is another term for fucking heroin and stuff like that too, which I didn't fucking know about, you know, because I don't do heroin. So
Yeah, we don't
It's
do
a,
that little magic over here.
it's a daddy chain, and the white bitches are addicted to that.
yo, that's probably it. That's probably it. Yo, shit, that's
They
fucking
want that
probably
black heroin. That's why
Right,
they be fucking with us Negroes. They want the black
right.
probably it.
heroin.
You know,
Cause why women be loving this shit like a motherfucker?
he hasn't been
They
wearing
be,
it in a while. What happened to your daddy chain? You got robbed or what? What happened to it? Oh, you still wearing it? I haven't seen it in a while.
I
I,
thought
I
one of
still,
these old ladies snatched this from him, like it was the '80s. But let me just be quiet.
yeah, I never took this shit off in a while and shit, you know. Yeah, that's pretty much Daddy's Gonna Crash Your Car. Pretty dope song right here.
Yeah, it had like an industrial beat, like a 9 Inch Nails type of production and the bass line and like like Bono was just saying that when he's talking about dependency and how being addicted to something, not necessarily drugs. That's what like the song is really about or whatever. But the drug references are in there anyway. So
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man, very, very, very dope song. Very experimental and shit. Track number 7. Some days are better than others. God ain't that the truth. Shit. Yeah, this was a pretty cool song as well too. You know what I'm saying? Again, not only one of my favorites, but I feel like it's still a nice little song. You know, nice sequencing placement on the album and shit. You know.
I love this song too. This was really smooth, really funky. It was jazzy. The beat, the bass line, and it almost had like an R&B feel to this song. And Bono saying some days are just dropping on us, some days are just better than others, and I really enjoyed this song. This is like one of my favorites, and they needed to do a video for this too.
I definitely feel you about that. Alrighty. Track number 8, the first time. Um, this one was pretty cool again too. You know what I'm saying? And that smooth kind of track and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? It kind of talks about the story of, like the prodigal son, and like the prodigal son really didn't want to return back to his home because he just pretty much lost his faith. And it
Right.
kind of correlates with what Bono was going through. You know, when he was just feeling at his lowest and stuff like that too. You know, when he was feeling at his lowest and shit. Excuse me. Definitely feel like it's a very song. Vocally, one of the best songs off this album, honestly.
Yeah, like he was singing about like losing faith, and he felt like people will have the courage not to believe in something. And
Right.
it's a ballad, and you have like pianos. There's no beat on it, just pianos and like a little bass line with the piano chords, and he's singing. I have a brother. I spent my whole time running. He spent his running after me. So I liked it. I thought it was like real. It had like a real melodic, sentimental feel to the song, and it was more like it had more of like a serious undertone to it.
Right. Alrighty and shit. Oh, by the way, Eric, I didn't tell you this might be the first rock album me and Try likes all together and shit.
Oh God, I love Lincoln.
Yeah, I see
Lincoln
y'all
Park.
going back and forth.
No, that is not true. I love Lincoln Park. Aerosmith was great. When we
Yeah, yeah. I'm
discussed it.
sorry. We did that discography breakdowns. I'm just saying rock reviews in general. You know.
Yeah, there's not too many that I actually like that you pick.
Well, mine is Rage Against the Machine.
Yes, I love them. Yes.
Shit, cause you shitted on my fucking Metallica, boy. Shit,
Yeah, that's not a fan.
you shitted on my.
Oh,
should've.
come on, that Metallica now.
Not a
You
fan.
should.
I like one or two of their songs I like, but not a fan of their stuff.
Nah, I can
long
stand
as- as
post
long-
91. I can understand though.
But but I recognize that they Hall of Famers. I would never say, "Oh, Metallica is trash," like you do with Green Day.
As long as you
You
don't
said
say
what?
nothing about my ghost, we good.
You said what about trash?
I said I don't ever say like Metallica is trash because I know they're Hall of Famers. Like, but you say you shit on Green Day all the time.
You motherfucking right, I do. Shit. Motherfucking
Okay,
right, I
stop now. We ain't gonna have no Green Day slander on this Monday, morning. But as long as both of you Negroes don't say nothing about Ghost, we good.
do. Ghost.
The rock band,
You said Ghost.
Yeah,
the rock band.
I never heard of Ghost. I never heard of Ghost before. Like Ghost.
yeah, Ghost.
Oh, I never heard of them before. Oh, shit.
They you know what? How I know them? They actually have action figures for the whole rock band. Like they're making action figures from them.
Oh wow. So they just like kiss with the action figures and shit.
Yeah.
No, but they definitely bring back like an '80s vibe to some of their music.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well,
like a dude. Is that the band that's like the dude is dressed up like a priest or some shit?
Yeah, like a Illuminati priest.
Yeah, they have an action figure like that. He's like in the pastor. And all that.
I could have swore I sold you one of their albums. It's called Emperor. Like
I think
it
you
just
did. I
came
think
out a
you
couple
did.
months ago. That shit fire as shit.
Yeah.
Probably like a while back ago and shit. But yeah, 2 more songs. Track number 9, Dirty Day. Very dope song. One of my all-time favorites off this album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I think like hopefully this might be again one of the best songs and shit. This is pretty much a tribute to his dad and stuff like that from what I looked up, you know what I'm saying? Because he said that the phrase dirty day was something that his dad would use and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? So I like the song. I love the beat to it. I thought the beat was very melodic and shit, you know. So
Yeah, the beat was good, and like the track, it starts off real calm and real melodic, and then like the pace picks up towards the end, and like he's singing about like a father who abandoned his son and his family, and then like years later meets the same son he abandoned, and yeah, like his father would tell Bono about the term "dirty day," and I thought it was a great song.
for real. Again, next song, the last song, The Wanderer, featuring the great Johnny Cash and stuff like that, you know. Who I forgot to mention, he's like the only guest appearance on this album. Very cool song. It definitely captured him. The song basically talks about like a post-apocalyptic world and just one trying to restart their own life after like the destruction that's happened and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Originally, Brian Eno wanted Bono to sing the song, but he felt like Bono felt like Johnny Cash definitely fit with his song and stuff like that too. And I must say, because Johnny Cash did a lot of shit with Rick Rubin in the '90s. One might want to think, what would happen if you did a whole album with like Brian Eno and shit like that too? You know what I'm saying? So definitely a very dope track. I love it. Nice way
But
to.
supposedly there's a version with Bono singing this.
Yeah.
Like when they were making the album, they couldn't decide if they wanted the Johnny version or the Bono version on the album. So they ended up picking Johnny Cash, and I've never been a Johnny Cash fan. I know of him, but he definitely killed his song. I think the song was tailor made for him. It had like a country bluesy feel, but you still have your synthesizers and your guitars on it. And you got Bono in the background, on background vocals, and Johnny singing. I went out walking through streets paved with gold, lifted some stones and saw the skin and bones of a city out of soul. So I think it was like a great way to close out the album. They picked the right track to close this album out with. It was definitely different from all the other songs on here. And yeah, I think it probably fit more on the Johnny Cash album.
Yeah, especially like his '94 album he came out with.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the way that he sang was just, it was different. You know what I'm saying? Like he just had like a different voice.
Yeah, I definitely hear your point about that shit, dog. Overall, this album to me is a very, very, very dope album. It's not for the general YouTube fans, I must say, because when it comes to this record, they were really getting into the whole electronic dance kind of vibe with this one and stuff like that too. I definitely feel like if you want to start with U2, I would definitely start with Unforgettable Fire, then Joshua Tree. Make this album be like your fourth or fifth stop when it comes to U2 and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give this a 5 mics. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very dope album, and I kind of like this bit better than Autumn Baby. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, I'm talking mad shit tonight, man. Shit, I don't give a fuck.
Blasphemy.
We see you talking shit, so
In reference to this album, like Bono was saying, like he said he think that he'd like to give a message to the young people of America. We shall continue to abuse our position and fuck up the mainstream, and I feel like that's what they did with this album, going against the grain and being, daring and going in a different direction with their music and their sound. And it's a futuristic, alternative, cutting edge album. Like you got I wasn't a lifelong YouTube fan, but even I know, listen to this album, this is not their sound. Like they went away from their original sound and made this album the same way that Black Eyed Peas ditched their underground hip hop roots, and when they got Fergie, they went mainstream, and they literally changed their sound forever. But I like it. Like it was real funky. It was trippy at times. It was dance. The content, Bono singing. Even Edge is on a song singing lead vocals, and that's something we never heard. I love the songs. The title track, Lemon, Stay, Some Days Are Better Than Others, Dirty Day. I'm gonna give it 4.5. I don't think it's a classic. I think it was definitely one of their most daring albums, and even the album after that in '97 when they dropped Pop, they did 20 songs for this album. Only 10 made it on this album, and then some of the songs that was left over made it onto Pop. And that they got a lot of flack for that album too, but I definitely like commend them for saying fuck the mainstream, and we're gonna do something different. And if our fans is on board, cool. If they're not, fuck them. And I think that's what you're supposed to do as an artist. I mean, many artists have done that. Queen did a disco album. Kiss did a disco album. Usher ditched his R&B roots and did an EDM album. So
Jesus Christ.
It don't necessarily mean it's gonna be great, but
it don't work for everybody.
Right. The fact that they're taking a chance and experimenting You never know. Like you might experiment with a different sound, and you might end up adopting that other sound, alongside your original sound. Maroon 5 did it, and they're not even the same group like they once was when they came out with their first album and songs about Jane and all that. You know what I'm saying? So um I definitely I like this album. I definitely want to get it. I just think it was like a different album for them, and them just taking the risk, and you know it paid off in the long run because I mean they didn't stick with that sound after. They just experimented, and that's what they did, and I thought it was a good album.
Definitely a good album. All right. I'm gonna stay on the live for about maybe another 5 to 7 minutes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ironically, I just got done making my dinner, so
But I don't think Drake has a regular sound. I mean, other than being in rap, what's his sound? Like, okay, he did a house album, so you
He
know
is
what I'm
not a
saying?
house specialist, just like Beyonce ain't no house
Yeah,
specialist.
it's,
So
it's like I
certain
don't think
shit
he had
only
a
work for certain people.
right. I don't
Leave
think he
that
had
shit
any
up to
original
Crystal
sound anyway.
Waters.
I mean, he dabbled in Caribbean music and reggae and shit. He's not a Caribbean artist,
Yeah.
you know.
yeah, I watched the new episode of Raising Kanan last night, boy. They killed my nigga Caviar and shit, Cartier, whatever his name is.
That nigga said caviar. I'm dead.
Who?
Fucking dark skinned Suge Knight and shit.
Oh, that nigga got killed. I didn't watch it yet.
For real. Yo, I know next week is the finale, so we gotta do the breakdown and shit. Probably next week or the week after. Let's see. What do you think of the game's top 5 West Coast albums? Pretty typical, honestly.
What? Ask him what he think. I bet he didn't hear it.
I don't know nothing after the documentary,
When,
so
when
I
you when
can't
you
really
actually hear
give
those
my
albums,
thoughts
then
on
come
it.
back and ask us.
So, who's ready for Nas week?
Not me.
I'm ready.
I ain't taking no fucking notes. I know all these
We
shit
know
already
we
by
know
heart.
we know you didn't.
No, no, I ain't
You
taking no
you
notes for this.
you is wise. You age like a tree. You don't have to take notes like us young folks. You
No,
know your brain just
no,
work more.
but
I
it's bad
understand though.
that I still know the damn albums because they wasn't no good.
I know I understand with certain ones like fucking I wouldn't say King's Disease 1 and 2, but the album before that, Lost Tapes 2 and shit. So I understand.
No, we're not talking about that. We ain't talking about that. We talking about the early 2000 stuff he was dropping.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's true.
Ronnie said 80s U2 or 90s U2. Damn, I can't even answer that shit. I'm
I
I'm a,
can't answer it because I never heard of them like that. So
I'm gonna go from 84 to 93. A little bit of the 80s, a little bit of the 90s, but it's all good.
I'm gonna order this album because it ain't that much on eBay. So I might as well get it.
Oh, speaking of ordering, Eric, let me know what album you want and try. I'm gonna order the album you want this week when I get paid.
Did the other one come in or no? It's still in
No, the one you mentioned, the hip hop album from '99, you wanted it and shit.
No, I'm saying the other one does the other one still in shipping?
Yeah, I'll let you know what's happening with that one. Yeah. Also, the Queen discography breakdown is gonna be before I go to Augusta.
The what?
The Queen discography breakdown before I go to Augusta.
When is that? That's the what?
I'll let you know.
Is that November?
No, it's gonna be next week. I go to Augusta the 27th.
I see another rock group that I like. See, you're doing it right now, Rich. That's what I'm
See,
talking about.
Red's doing right by us now. He ain't on
Not
this
like when he
bullshit.
was
We
he had
understand.
this talk about fucking Cream and all these other like.
Yo, don't disrespect Cream, and my nigga. Don't disrespect
I don't
Cream.
care for those psychedelic rock groups.
What's wrong with psychedelic out rock, man?
Like,
You don't like psychedelic?
Jimi Hendrix did the best. If it ain't Jimmy, I don't care to talk about.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I understand.
The Doors was okay. I like Strange Days. That was cool.
See, I told you, man. See, the doors will
I'm
go
still,
on you.
I'm still fucking with Tom and Paula. It's like doing acid when you listen to their music. So
That's why I fuck with y'all niggas right now and shit. That's why I fuck with y'all niggas. Well, I'm gonna probably put Try on Jefferson Airplane one day.
Yeah, one day.
I'm gonna take him on that serialistic pillow. The great Grace Slick. Maybe some Janis Joplin and shit.
Y'all know Janice.
Oh, you know Janice?
Yes.
I heard of her. I just ain't never listened to her music.
You like 311?
Excuse me?
311. You fuck with them?
311?
Yeah.
I never heard of them.
They were
I
like
never
in,
heard of them
they
neither.
were like in the 2000-ish rock. No.
See, when it comes to 2000s rock, I'm kind of.
You like Kid Rock? Kid Rock. Devil Without a Cause was a classic album. I fuck with that.
Oh boy, try.
I might have to do an album review for that, man. To my damn self.
Why you gonna do the OG try like that? Come on, Red. Don't do it to the brother.
Velvet Underground? I don't like Velvet Underground. I wasn't a fan of their shit. That shit was weird. When we talked about those albums, they were talking about some weird shit on here, yo.
Velvet Underground, don't disrespect Velvet. Velvet was a group, man.
I wasn't a fan.
Oh, probably the first album. I'll probably let you listen to the first album one day. Ronnie says, "Somebody to Love" is my favorite song from Jefferson Airplane. I can't get mad about that. Ooh. See, this is the conversation I like.
Somebody to Love song I know is the John B song.
Shit.
That was a classic record.
But oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, speaking of Queen, they a couple years back they did put out a CD box set of all their albums and shit. So
Right.
Ooh.
That shit probably expensive.
I need to get some of the earlier albums like before Night at the Opera and shit, but them shits are hard to come by.
Yeah.
I've seen Queen too, but that shit's mad expensive, like $64.
Like remastered now and shit.
Yeah,
like who wants to pay $60 for a rock album? Like, nigga, come on, fuck on.
shit ain't even color and they ain't even got no
Right,
demos
nigga.
on it. At least Michael Jackson's 40-year anniversary is coming out with 9 new songs. Like, at least we getting something for our money.
Right.
Like I love Led Zeppelin, but I ain't paying no $70 for no Led Zeppelin vinyl and shit. I'm sorry.
Nigga, I ain't never paid that much for no fucking rock album.
And hey, Try, I never asked you, what did you think of Led Zeppelin?
They cool. I wasn't a fan of them like that. You know, I know
What
a couple of songs.
Stop listening to that damn fucking Limp Bizkit, nigga. Get on that fucking Led Zeppelin, my nigga. Come on, man.
Mm.
Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven, Whole Lot of Love. You don't like none of that shit?
I like the Police. That's what I fuck with.
Jesus
He said he liked the Police.
Walking on the Moon. How come you never talk about the Police on here, Reg? Walking on the Moon.
I never liked the Police. I only like the first album from the Police.
Synchronicity. You don't like that one?
Trash. Synchronicity. The most overrated rock album of the night. Trash.
5 Mic Classic. That's a classic right there.
5 Mic Classic?
5 Mic Classic.
Man, nah, hell no. Nah. Give me I'd rather take fucking what's the Clash Sandinista album over that one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, crazy.
Give me the Clash over the Police.
We're very different when it comes to
I don't like the group that names themselves.
Yeah, see.
I don't like
all us is different.
You hear me?
Huh?
I don't like a group that names themselves after the Police. I'm just gonna be real with you.
Well, they call them the Popo then.
Yeah. Call them the authorities like the old folks. I'm gonna call them the authorities.
The authorities.
You know. Ronnie said Led Zeppelin's first 5 albums are classics. What about Physical Graffiti, Ronnie? You don't like that one? Ronnie said White Rabbit is my second favorite. Oh, I love White Rabbit, man. That's my shit.
Fleetwood Mac.
That's a group. Yes. Now you talking. Now you talking right now. Yes. Now you fucking talking. Stevie Nicks is sexy ass, man. I don't give a fuck, man. Or sexy witch ass and shit. I don't give a fuck.
This nigga out here trying to fuck witch pussy and shit.
Shit. Mobb Deep's Extortion. When did use the Jackson 5? I know that sample you're talking about. Hold on. I even know you listen to Mobb Deep.
Right? You actually know that song?
Damn. I didn't know you listen to Mobb Deep, man. See, we are teaching him something. Okay, we teaching him.
I would hope so.
And I know that. I'm trying to look up the sample too, because I know that sample. From their first album, though. I know that shit. Okay, Q. See, Q, you see? she be surprising me sometimes and shit. You know.
Probably
Q
looked
be
that,
on that bullshit, and you know it. Stop that.
yeah, he probably looked that shit up.
Yeah, Jackson 5. Can you remember? Yep, that's the sample.
He just asked his favorite Jackson 5 sample or some shit. He asked us that like many times before.
Yeah, perfect title. Can you remember? Can you remember anything that we said instead of
Right.
just looking it up?
Exactly.
Ronnie said, "I like physical graffiti." Oh, okay. Better live performer, Freddie or Michael? Oh, Michael, man, but Freddie ain't
Why
too
we
far
can't just
back.
like both of them? Come on now, don't do this. Y'all think y'all be slick in the comment section. Y'all just be trying to get us into arguments and shit. You see Reg and Travis going back and forth like a Herschel Walker debate and shit. So I don't know, man. Just y'all know what y'all be doing.
That's what it's come down to. It's like who's better.
Yeah. Hey there. Yeah, that's just how music is these days and stuff, you know.
Yeah, we understand. You got plastic Barbie bitches arguing on Facebook and mainstream media about absolutely nothing and shit, knowing that both of you bitches don't write y'all lyrics and stuff. So, it's just a whole lot of fuck shit out here. So we gotta listen to perfect music from the past, the present, and the future to get away from the fuck shit.
Right. But yeah, man. I'm actually about to head off right now and stuff like that because my laptop's about to die. Are you still available for the unsung stuff too, Troy?
I gotta watch it. I ain't watched it yet.
Okay. Just let me know when you watch this. Shoot.
All right.
I appreciate y'all for this and stuff like that. I will definitely see y'all tomorrow for Nas week and stuff. Getting ready for that Streets Disciple try.
Oh,
Yeah, kid. Yeah, son. Word.
not too many things to say about it.
True.
Word, son.
Shit.
It's solid. It got a couple hits here and
Yeah,
there, but it's not a
couple of cool
classic.
songs.
I'm just be real.
Yep.
I feel you on that. All right. I'll see y'all later and stuff like that. Nice chatting with y'all and stuff.
All right.
All right,
Peace out.
peace. All right, y'all.